Well, hello, Matthew. I saw you called. I did not hear the phone ring. I do apologize. I just got up here to get on the live here, and I see that I missed a call from you. See, these dang pins hate me today. Yeah, I would say you probably got yourself a handful there. I saw you earlier in the live. Daryl's, I believe it was. Uh-oh, please don't mess up. Let's see. Please don't mess up. You're in the live. Daryl. John Deere said, what's up? Hello, John Deere. What's up, Internet? I hate you today, Randy Blurry. I'm hoping it clears up. Lovely said, hey. Y'all, give me just a second. Hold on. Come on now. It's not going to, God dang, really going to piss me off is what it's going to do. It's not going to. Let us stay here for a few minutes to see if it works. I may have to retry it. I don't want to, but I may have to. It didn't come up like it normally does. Kevin said, looking good as always, brother. Well, thank you, Kevin. Don't look like the internet's going to do too good. I was hoping it would straighten out. There it goes. That's a little more better. Let's see. Kevin said, "What's wrong with the internet?" I don't know. It looks like I've been having troubles with the internet the last couple of days, but Kevin says, "It's fine, brother. Not a big deal. Just a little blurry. Maybe it'll straighten out in a minute." 8 people in here. 5 thumbs up. David said, "You're looking really young." Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Think I look good for 65. 15 people, 5 thumbs up. Holly said hi. Hello, Holly. It says, how you been? I'm doing great. Have been doing good. Hope you are. Worked on, finished up the exhaust on the CT. David said, I'm 4 years older than you. Well, yeah, that's awesome, buddy. Welcome to the channel. Come on now. Kevin said, man, age like wine. I know, right? I'm sorry, this stupid internet's really going to piss me off already. Jane said, hey, guys. 11 people in here, 6 thumbs up. Drake said, all the poor baby get mad. No, I'm not mad. It just kind of upsets me. That's all right. It's good, Drake. Thank you for the nice compliment. Jane said, How was your day, Pops? It was good. Chester come over here. It was his birthday, and he brought a big old pot of vegetable soup. I ate that with him. Helped I finished up the C10, so it's doing pretty good. David said trolls are proof that people are paying attention to you. Yeah, you're exactly right, David. Miller says, have you ever snorted? No, I have not. Jane said, hey, Jacob. Drake said, how old are you? I'm 56. If this don't straighten out real soon, I may have to start it again. 13 people, 7 thumbs up. Kevin said vegetable soup. Yes. Chester bought a big old pot of vegetable soup. Lovely Lucy said, just letting you know, Thursday I have no live stream planned. I have surgery that day, and I don't know if I'll feel like being on the phone but I'll see you Friday. Okay, lovely. We do understand. We will be praying for you. Good luck. Jane said hi, Drake. Jane said hi, Kevin. John Deere said my new song went live at 5 today. Everybody go check it out. Roscoe said, hey guys, what's up? God bless. Kevin said, soup is my least favorite food. I'm not too fond of it, but it was good today. I've eaten 2 bowls and I'll probably eat 1 for supper. Lovely said, like I don't have any lives joining planned. Jane said, prayers for your success, surgery, Lucy. That's right. Crymon Branson said, nice tummy up. Thank you. Thank you very much. I worked hard on it. Lovely said, thank you, Jane. Jane said, hi, Roscoe. Drake said, what's up, bro? Holly said, I feel bad for your surgery. I will pray for you. It'll be okay. It's a very complex surgery is what she's told us, but hopefully if everything goes right, she will be able to walk again. John Deere said, yuck, vegetable soup. I'm a hamburger guy. I am too, but I will tell you this vegetable soup was very good. Eli's got the EGGBs there. Jane said, hi, Holly. Lovely Lucy says, thanks, Holly. That is very kind of you and much appreciated. Jane said, hi, Eli. 8 people in here, 8 thumbs up. Like an old buttercup. Holly said, do you know 42? Nope, don't know 42. Holly said, hi, Jane. Kevin says, can we talk about world events or is that considered politics? I just soon not talk about it. That will end up causing controversy. I consider that part of politics. Just like I was telling somebody today, no matter what's going on, it's not going to change anything that we can do here. I can't do anything to change it. Holly said, Lowell. Lovely says, Holly, you mean 42? Holly said, yes. Jane said, we try not to do that, Kevin. It usually leads to a lot of different opinions. And it leads to people getting upset, too, because I can't change nothing's going on, and nothing's going on if I voted to do or not to do or wanted to do or anything like that. So I have nothing to do with it. Lovely said, it's 42 here, not 42. Eli said, I'm tired. You're too young to be tired, Eli. Big says, enjoy paying for the new war nobody supported. Again, we don't discuss it. PP Frog says, as long as I'm not drafted for boots on the ground in Venezuela, I guess His friends could keep doing what they want. Holly said, I definitely meant 42, not 42. John Deere said, Holly, drop it with the 42, please. It's annoying. John Deere, you should let the heck, they just started. Big said, American first means war, I guess. Well, again, we don't discuss it because it ain't going to do no good. Banana Guy said, Don Polo. 62D, Big says, NDB Projects chat. Hope all is well. Whoop whoop. Is well here. Hope it is for you. Jane said, hey, Big. Holly said, guess what? Chicken butt. 10 people in here, 8 thumbs up. Y'all hit that like button. What's up, Holly? Talk to me. Tell me something. Holly says, dang it. Kevin said, I trust you. I trust Bugs Bunny. Eli said, I'm a chicken. Chicken butt. 11 people in here, 8 thumbs up. Lovely says, I want a guinea pig. Oh, Lord. Holly said, guess who? Hello. Holly said, chicken poo. Kevin said, no, sorry, I don't trust Bugs Bunny. No, no. Lovely said, yes, I have a guinea pig. Her name is Cinnamon. Master Player One said, why is the Epstein files in the background? That's not the Epstein files. That's part of the Randy files. Holly said, Bugs Bunny haunts my dreams. Jane said, hit the like, y'all. 10 people in here, 8 thumbs up. They probably don't like it because the internet won't do right. I don't know if it didn't get a good connection or what. Lovely says she's on my profile pic. Jane said, Mister, those are hang around. You might be a part of them. Holly says, I've been subscribed. Well, thank you. John Deere said, hit the like button, guys. Kevin said, Bugs Bunny files. Carlo said, what's up, Pops? Whoop, whoop. Hello, Carlo. Jay said, hey, Carlo. Critical Profile says, AVA Nick Legacy. Holly says, 42. Beth says, happy Saturday. Yeah, I got my days right today. Jane said, did you sleep well, Carlo? Jane said, hi, Beth. Matter of fact, I don't even think I changed it. I just said it's live. I knew I missed a step. Beth said, hi, Jane. Holly said, I thought it was Friday. Well, yesterday I thought it was today when it was Sunday. I had my whole weekend messed up. Carlo said, hello, Jane. Nope, been up since 4 a.m. Jane said, Pops, what did you do today? Chester, our neighbor, is his birthday. He's 86, and he come over this morning and brought a big old pot of, about lunch, bought a big old pot of vegetable soup. And me and him sat there and talked and eat vegetable soup, and then I finished working on my orange C10 doing the exhaust. Critical Profile, please find another channel if that's the way you're going to be. Kevin says, you're a man of your word. I am. I try to make sure I stand good on my word, or there's a good reason why I didn't. John Deere said, I hope everybody's having a good day. Where is your son? Randy. Well, Randy went and picked up a washer and dryer today, and he was waiting on a package to be delivered, and right before the live, they let him know that it was not coming to tomorrow, so he wasted his whole day waiting on the package. John Deere said, hit the like button, guys. Beth said, happy birthday to Chester. I'll make sure I tell him. Kevin said, vegetable soup. Joseph said, for all I have sinned, they come short of the glory of God. Romans 2:23, being justified freely is his grace through redemption that it is in Christ, Jesus Christ. Romans 34. I appreciate it. We don't do the religion thing because it causes controversy, but I do appreciate it. John Deere says, my birthday is in a couple of weeks, January the 24th. I'll be 34. Awesome. Remind us so we can tell you happy birthday. Lovely says, when I adopt Cinnamon, her name was Zingmo, and she, but I decided to take care of her, and she's the best. My favorite pet is my snake. She's a corn snake, and her name is Vanilla Bean. I don't like snakes. Dean said, howdy. Hello, Dean. Welcome back. Appreciate you coming back. Kevin said, did you ever want to be a tow truck driver? Nope. John Deere said, amen. Joseph subscribe to my channel. You want more Christian stuff. Lovely said, Joseph's not the channel for that one. Jane says, hi, Dean. Jake, Mark, Lucy, I love corn snakes. Now, snakes, Lovely says, she's just a little corn snake. I don't care. Look at it. Why, the devil shall crawl on the belly for the eternity, and the snake crawls on its belly. Only snake's good to me is a dead one. John Deere said, yes. Jane, yes, I'll be 34, 24th of January. Dean says, so why does Bucky say meow when he hops on? I don't know why he started that. I forget why he started that. I don't remember. I think it started, we got somebody in here we call Kitty, and it just started one day. He started doing it, and he just stays with it. Beth says, I don't like spiders and snakes. Yeah, I don't like neither one, but I kill a spider in a heartbeat. I ain't messing with no damn snake unless I got a shovel or a gun. Kevin said, no snakes, please, no snakes. Snakes on the MF plane. Jane said, Dean, who knows? Dean, you know Bucky. Anything's subject to happen. 10 people in here, 11 thumbs up. Jane said, Reaper was here before Kitty was here. Yeah, but he didn't always come in and say meow, I don't think. I think it started happening somewhere in the neighborhood of when Kitty started coming in. I may be wrong. John Deere said, I don't like snakes or spiders either, or poisonous things. And to each his own, I don't like them. Kevin said, do you like Scorpios? Nope, never, don't think I've ever seen one. I don't want to be around one. There's that. Jane said, my nephew had a tarantula on the wall in his house not too long ago. Woo! Not me. I hope I never see one. Or live, real one, other than at the zoo. Daniel said, happy Saturday. Hey, everyone. Hello, Daniel. How you doing? Jane said, what about lizards? They just got a snake with legs. That's all they are. Jane said, hi, David. Dean said, I'm the oldest of all the siblings, but Bucky has all the money. What the hell? Well, don't know, but it seems like if he's got that kind of money, he ought to share. What you think? Jane said, Dean, Bucky, your brother? Yep. Carl but why should try making real music instead of software to do it for you? Because it's fun when you can go make the songs. We enjoy making those songs. I enjoy it anyway. Jane said, Carlo, be kind. Kevin said, please share me. Annie, the mama bear, says, hi ho, people. Hello, Annie. Matthew said, me personally, I like racing more. I got to get started on our cars, I know that. Lotus says, hello, Lotus. Dean says, yes, Jane Bucky is my younger brother. John Deere said, big boy, you make me mad. I'll make regular music. Sorry if you don't like it starting to make me mad. It's okay, John Deere. He just, I don't know why he said it, but he just a thing, man. No big deal. Jane said Metal Art Custom and NDP uses software to make their music. Yeah, because I definitely can't sing. Annie says, what in the question mark? Carlos said, I wasn't being mean, Jane. Jane said, hi, Annie. I mean, you can say anything you want as long as you say no offense, right, Jacob? No offense, he said. I mean, everybody don't know how to, not everybody's magicians. That's the whole good thing about being able to make a song. You put out what you think and it makes one. I think it's cool. Jane said, hi, Annie. Lotus said, hey, Annie, how are you been? What's up, Carlos? Up, Jane and Dean, said Lotus. I'm okay. Jane said, hi, Lotus. Carlos said, what's up? JH said, hi. And Gene said, so, Dean, is Bucky a deputy? Jane said, hi, JH. Carlos said, what's up, JH? 13 people in here, 14 thumbs up. I sure wish this internet would act right. Carlos said, what's up, JH? I said that, I believe. Andy says, how are you, Pops? I hope you're well, honey. I'm doing absolutely phenomenal. I hope you are. Jade said, what's up, big boys? Jane says, Annie, how are you? And Annie says, I'm doing good. I'm a little tired. I was so tired and hurting last night after we done yesterday. I took my medicine and a shot of Grey Goose. I'm gonna tell you what, I slept late today, and I normally do not. You catch me in bed after about 6:30, 7 o'clock, something's usually wrong when I didn't get up to way later than that. Kevin said hi. Jane said, did your kids have a good Christmas, Andy? 12 people in here, 15 thumbs up. Andy said, absolutely. Oh, Lordy. One tired boy says, may I ask why all the towards, he said you said some harsh stuff about him. He's a bit goofy. I ain't said harsh but nobody. I believe to get your story straight, I guess. Jane said, did you get your B pups? I have not. Dean said, Jane, I honestly don't know. I haven't talked to him since he left, but we started talking again at Christmas when he surprised us. Nicholas said, hey, buddy, cheers. Annie says, all the adults are broke, but they had fun. Nicholas says, how are you? Doing great. Hope you are. Annie said, fun. Lotus said, how's taking care of the Revolution Pond Monster going? Rebellious. Sorry. Lotus said, who is Keelan? I have no idea. Tired boy, I think you're going down the wrong thing, but this is not the channel for that. We're here to have a good time and enjoy each other. We're not here to talk crap like that. And he said about to he said my youngest says hi. We'll tell him we said hi hello. John Deere said hi, and he said neither one of them are the right mental state at the moment. One tired boy says I agree. Thank you. We're here to have a good time and enjoy each other. We're not here to try to cause controversy. This is not what this live is all about. People coming here to talk, meet up for about 2 hours and enjoy stuff. Tootie says talk about Sarah, her legacy must live on, whatever. There's Reaper, meow. One tired boy said that's good. And Tootie, please try not to do that again. We get here to have a good time, not try to make me say something I shouldn't be saying. I know some people think it's funny, but I really don't. Lotus said meow, and Jane said, hey Reaper. Raccoon said hi, hello. 13 people, 16 thumbs up. Lotus says, anyway, we can help Annie. Jane said, Annie, what's going on with them? Carlos says, you're in that bad, Pops? Yes. I don't know why it didn't get a good connection, but it seems to keep going out, and I really didn't want to restart the live. And he says, I don't know how much I can share, but Boggy is going to California for a bit. Something was said earlier about a funeral. I was going to ask about it if anybody knew what was going on, but I didn't catch the whole conversation. Reaper says, how's y'all's night? Doing good? Sean says, hi, what do you do? Now, Sean, you know you've talked to us that before. I'm a track inspector for the railroad. One tired boy says, I mean no disrespect at all, just was confused from what he said. No worries, we can change the topic. That's a good idea, thank you, because I have no idea. Lovely said, my phone is at 28%. Oh no. Sean said, hi. Lotus says, why, what I know, that boy ain't well yet. And he said, oh, so you know. Well, I was in the live today when something was said, but I did not catch everything that was going on. Raccoon said, how are you? Dean says, going good, Bucky. QTSK says, hey, everyone. John Deere said, hey, Randy, some people don't understand. Some people can't make music, so they use software. I'm not able to make regular music. That's the reason I use software. I hope everyone likes my music anyway. John Deere, I'm right there with you, buddy. I can make all kinds of songs and stuff, but it ain't going to sound right. That's the reason I do it too. I like it. No big deal. You enjoy yourself. Remember, make yourself happy. Don't says. Sean says, do you pay tax? I'm hoping it changes, but right now I do, yes. James said, Jacob, a lot of people use software. Don't worry about it. Carlos says, Lotus, I put a carb on the STS, should screen now. Reaver says, Dean, have you heard from Emily? Samantha said, I love your glasses. Well, thank you. They're just dollar store glasses. Lotus says, I can play guitar and still use AI music. That's right. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't know why Carlo thought that, but I mean, I don't understand, but that's fine. I think Carlo's got a little bit. He likes to start a shit a little bit. John Deere says, thank you, Jane. I like you. Make me feel better. You're good. Lotus said, nothing wrong with it. Raccoon says, I make songs too with software. Jane said, I'm retired and I still pay taxes. Justin said, hello, buddy. How you doing? One tired boy said, software meaning AI. Yes. Lotus said, still slow. Jane said, hey, Justin. Jane said, I'm slow today. Dean says, y'all about 2 days ago. Carlos said, a bit like you, Lotus. Sean says, I want to live USA. And he said, apparently I don't know all the details, but Boggy was supporting a younger kid with give him a second, and it's a genital disease, something Forbes, and she passed a few days ago, and Boggy caught wind of it. Okay, I didn't know who had passed, but I knew somebody did. That's bad. I hate that. Lotus said just today. Sarah said, so Maddie says, good morning to you. Lotus said, I'm fast as F boy. And he says, and broke him. I bet so. Keen Chaser says, advice on finding your purpose in life. I can tell you what I think you ought to do. You ought to make yourself happy, do what makes you happy, and that is your purpose, to make yourself happy and do the best you can. Be better to be a better person tomorrow than you were today, and do something today that you can smile about tomorrow. That came from Nickel Pony. Lotus says, that sucks. Yes, it does. Farmer says, hi. Hello, Farmer. And he says, last night, Lotus was when he broke it to live. He says, patient, you're our patient man. You are reading every comment. I try to read every comment. If y'all take the time to write it out, I'll try to take the time to read it and engage with every one of you. John Deere said, follow your dreams. Everybody don't listen to the people tell you otherwise. My advice. It's good advice, John Deere. I like it. Lotus said, he has seemed a bit down. Raccoon says, I like playing games. Lotus said, I figured it was just because sick. They won't answer messages now either. 15 people, 18 thumbs up. Well, like I said, Lotus, when something normally happens like that to somebody you care for, it really bothers you. So just give them time. They'll come back around. Everybody just pray for them. Raccoon said, playing games, it makes me happy. Then make yourself happy. Carlos said, slow to anger, Jacob. I said, no offense. Champion says, you should talk about, and like I said, let's try to do something other than try to make me say something I shouldn't. Y'all really don't make sense trying to do that. I think it's stupid. And he says, Sibling Forbes, I don't know what that is, but Lyndon 2012 said hen. It might be high end, I don't know. And he says, that's the disease. Oh, okay, I got you now. John Deere says, you want to talk about you big boy toys? We don't need to get into it. Let it go, John Deere. Jacob, let it go. And Carlo, let's don't call people out like that, please. Just let it go. It's no harm meant. We don't need to be trying to bicker at each other. Enjoy life. Wow. 2012 says, hi, I'm Mike Oxlone, all right? Charles Tomlin, do you know it's super hard to say rough 2 times? Lotus says, like a dog. Chimp says, my name is Annie. Okay, Annie, all right. I don't know how to say that. John Deere says, I'm sorry, big boys, I wasn't talking about you. See, when y'all come in and people delete the messages, it messes up my whole chat here and it screws me up trying to read it. So please don't say shit that you shouldn't be saying because it messes up. Lotus says, so go somewhere else. We're not stupid. Sean said, USA invade Venezuela. Also, you get more oil reserve. You are richer more. We do not discuss that. Like I told you, this is not a place for that kind of stuff. And he says, from what I understand, I like a build up of Mucus-like substance that stops the body from breaking down salt. Carlos said, no harm done, Jacob. Harm by man said, I'm eating marshmallows. Lotus says, they don't care, Pops. Their point is to mess you up or piss you off. That's right. You're right, and I mean, I ain't gonna let it bother me. It's just aggravating me. As long as I can stay caught up and I don't miss nobody's chat, that's all I worry about. John Deere says, sorry, Randy, I'll let it go. That's the best thing to do because I'm telling you, you can't change it. It's already been put out there, and you can only let somebody offend you. You shouldn't worry about what other people say. Jane said, hi, Hornby. 660 said, thank you for all your the help. My favorite channel is back. Well, thank you. And he said, I heard the girl was the sweet creature you ever walked the world, unlike Liv. Oh, Liv's good. She's just a little high strung. She's a good person. Sean said, why don't you discuss politics? Are you afraid of Trump? No. Just to be honest with you, I support Trump, but we don't do this in this live because people want to argue about it. This is a worldwide live, and we got people all over the world that don't even have nothing to do with our politics. So the best thing to do is don't talk about it. Lotus said, hey, did my name get fixed on my sign yet? I can't read it. Yeah, it got fixed, all right. Jason said hi. Hello, Jason. Hornby said, I want to be a doctor, a gynecologist. Yeah, I understand. Lotus said, Liv is sweet on her own way sometimes. Yep. Jane said, Annie, my daughter-in-law had 2 cousins die because of the same lung problem. 12 people in here, 21 thumbs up. Lotus, I'm sure about the time I changed your sign, you'd change it again and want it changed again. I think y'all like to stir the pot just a little bit. Just a little. 11 people, 22 likes. Jane said, Lotus is fixed. Yeah, Lotus is fixed. Daryl said, almost done. I'll join shortly. You're fine, Daryl. I do understand. Hornby said, Jane, and waved. Lotus said, this is the first time I changed my name in 15 years. Well, we're going to go by this one right here for a while. Carlos said, ooh, you're weird, Hornby. Why is Hornby man weird? Lotus said, oh, wait a second. Jane said, why did you fix it, Lotus? Why did you fix it, Lotus? Why is Hornby weird? 10 people in here, 24 thumbs up. John Deere said, I like it when Lotus had his original name. I'm to it now. Lotus said, I want Lotus spelled right. So your name does not have an E on it at all? Sean said, somebody says that USA is an unsafe country because there are so. Annie says, then spell it right. Bick said, stay safe, everyone. Out. See us, Bick. Thanks for stopping in. Jane said, later, Bick. Lotus said, Lotus doesn't have an E on the end. Okay. I'll get me some black tape and I'll fix that. John Deere said, who doesn't like to stir the pot? Lord, Randy, any more these days? God dang, this the internet's about to get on me. I can't stand trying to stir the pot, especially in this 2 hours. Kevin said, "What's it like to be a good man like you?" It's very trying because everybody wants to mess with you all the time. You try to do the right thing. Carlos said because he plays with model trains and he likes talking about gynecologists. What makes him happy? I mean, he might be nearsighted. He might be like a puppy. He just wants to get his nose wet. He plays with model trains, but you play with RC cars. What's the difference? I mean, I don't understand that. He can, if he likes trains and you like RC cars, ain't that the same thing? Lotus said, I did that to get the name 15 years ago. Oh, okay. Well, Jane says, Clayton doesn't have an E on it. Lotus said, Jane Pope got joked. Yeah. Eric said, why do have light bulbs? Why do some aliens have light bulb heads? I have no idea. I've never seen one. Kevin said, let's start a business together. What kind of business you want to start together? Alex says, yo, I was here before. Hello, hello, hello. I've seen you before. Lotus said, one goes vroom and one goes choo choo. That's right. They're neither one of them real stuff. So, I mean, shouldn't down for what they like. Carlo must be in a mood today. He wants to mess with people. Jane said, Laura wants to get his nose wet. Oh, my God. Jane said, hey, Alex. Sean said, some Turkish man married in the U.S. for easy living in there. Okay. Good for him. Hornby said, Big Boy Toys, what's the issue with me? I just think he's he wants to mess with people. Don't worry about it, Hornby. I don't know why he's doing that tonight. Alex said, hello, Jane. You have a nice name. Kevin said, let's start a jewelry business. I don't be messing in jewelry. Lotus said, Carlo, hungry. He needs to go poop. Yeah. Jane said, thanks, Alex. Alex said, yep. Bethany says, short business. Short buses. Yeah. Woo woo. 15 people, 25 thumbs up. Country Ezra said, good evening, country. Alex said, well, see y'all later, maybe. All right, see you. Thanks for stopping in. Hornby said, how is the cars and trucks? If you're talking about me, I did get the C10 finished today as far as the exhaust. Randy didn't come here today, so I didn't get the plugs. I would like to get it, put the new plugs in and get it out and see if I can fix it. The carburetor's shooting too much gas. It's flooding out some. But I want to take it down the road to see how it feels with the new exhaust or sounds with the new exhaust. Lotus said, Randy had to stay at home to pick up a package that has been ordered and then they didn't come. And I haven't heard from Timu. He came in here earlier tonight in this live and said hello, but I haven't talked to him, so I don't know why he hasn't come back to the shop. Jane said, "Where's the boys tonight, Pop?" That's what I just said. Bethany says, "What's the project?" Well, right now I'm on a C10 project. We've got our Camaros. We got to get started back on our burnout cars. We're looking at some prices on starting to build an engine that came out of my car. So we got all kinds going on. Carlos says, I don't know. I just find it strange for someone randomly to come out and talk about women's. He was making a joke, just like all the other jokes that people come out here and make jokes. It was called a joke. People are come in here and tell jokes. Everybody must be on the edge tonight. Y'all reach there and knock that chip off your shoulder and live a little bit. Enjoy. If somebody says something you don't like, just let it go. Go to another comment. Country said old exhaust sounds nice. Really, you like the old exhaust? I mean, I never cared for the old. It was right under the seat, but different people like different things. Sean says, are expensive cars in your country? They've got some expensive cars. I don't own them. James said, big boys, gynecologists provide health and care to women and make sure babies are delivered healthy. That's right. Lotus says, I mean, we have expensive cars in our country. Yes, we do. I'm not buying them, though. Stu said, boom, boom, boom. Everybody say, wayo. Carlos says, fair enough, Jane. Kevin says, I don't believe in hot dogs. I've never had a hot dog lie to me. Mike said, I'm not on the edge. I'm in the middle. There you go. He's on the middle of the road. Lotus said, I jumped off the edge and planted on the other side. Jane said, Mike likes to be in the middle. Oh boy, don't get me started. 19 people in here, 26 thumbs up. I believe in hot dogs with chili and cheese. Yum. Drake said, can I hop on that? Jane said, Lotus, we call you Humpy. Mike says, watch it, Jane. Frank said, what's up, everyone? You talk about Venezuela? Nope, we do not talk about it unless they want to come in there and talk to us. I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm not over there. Jane said, nope, Frank. Kevin said, what do you think of this emoji? Looks like a needle and a pen. Hunter says, America is a great country. Drake said, also on back little bro. Okay. Hornby says, do you like Hot Wheel cars? I do. I don't have that many now. I used to keep a lot of them, but I do like Hot Wheel cars. Lotus said, watch me do the humpity dance. But don't. Make sure you film that and put it on. I'm going to watch it as a short. Frank says, you don't have to skinny in the game, okay? When what the heck are we going to talk about here? We talk about anything other than politics, religion, and any controversial subject. Now, tonight, there's a few people that things are getting to them, so you got to be careful on what you say. But normally, we talk about just about anything. Carlos says, and you can call me Dumpy because that's what I have to do. John Deere said, Long Range Garage. Long Ranch Garage. Sean says, have Chinese cars in U.S.? What is their quality? We do have Chinese cars and they're good quality. There's a lot of good Chinese cars out there. Drake said, you should play some Bloodhound Low Jeff. Lotus says, told you Carlo needed to poop. Yep, he's just like clockwork. Lotus said he will be 10% nicer in 10 minutes. There you go. Daryl said, never fear, Mac is here. Hello, Daryl. Lotus said, save us, Mac. Frank said, well, let's talk about the picture that you got above your bald head. Their American flag and an eagle. Why did you got that up there? Because it was here when we bought it, and I like it. See, y'all got to remember something. I don't come in your house and talk about what you hang on your walls because I think it's your house. You do what you want. This is ours. We do what we want. Jane said, Lowell, go, Carlo, go. Mike said, hey, John Deere. Drake says, do you like King Von? Don't know who King Von is. Annie says, sorry, I served the... You're good, Annie. Appreciate you coming back. Jane said, hey, Daryl, Kevin said, what did the computer say to the keyboard? I don't know. What did it say? Frank said, all right, well, let's talk about the cars up there. Were they here when you bought the place? One of them was. All the other cars, the 84 Nissan was here when we bought it. All the other cars we bought and we brought here. John Deere said, that's Lone Wrench Garage. Kevin said, you're just my type. Hornby said, big boys, I like cars too. John Deere said, up. 18 people, 26 thumbs up. Frank said, cool. So what I know about you is that you got some cars you like and are easily offended. Oh, I'm not easily offended at all. I just try to answer your questions to the best of my knowledge. I'm not offended easy. Let's see. Daryl said, man, that was such a relief when the engine fired up. Yes, it was. It was definitely a relief. I was at on my end, it cut out and I couldn't hear it. It sounded like the tank was bubbling underwater. I couldn't hear the motor running, but I knew it was running. I could see the belt turning. Tootie said 42. Jane said, you got the engine fired up? Yep. Kevin said, I mean, that's what the computer said, not you being my type. Oh, Frank said, please, the way you respond when I ask you about the American flag. Now, again, that's, you want to know why it's in my wall, because I want it up there. It was here when we bought it because you asked. It's just, I like it up there. I can have a bag of shit up there if I want to. I'm not offended at all. Sean said, can you say any Chinese car name with which most drivers in U.S.? I have no idea. Lotus said, I will say the Chinese have some cool looking cheap EVs, but they need to stop copying their brands. Drake said, Bloodhound, that's the gang I'm in. Bloodhound, a gang? Man, you really, I don't know much about gangs, but I don't think I want to be a part of one. John Sears said, Tootie, drop it with the 42 mean. Noe, please quit. Frank says, I'm a grown-ass man. I don't need to be lectured by some burnout old fuck like you. Well, hey, get lost, buddy. I'm not lecturing you at all. You asked me a question. I answered it, buddy. Yeah, have a good one. Hit the like button as the door hits you in the ass. Daryl said the second live hit the Jane. Andy said, EVs, what's that, Lotus? Kevin said, I'm having Dr. Pecker. Kevin said, haha, bag of shit. Jane said, electric cars. Andy said, hey, Mac, how are you? Honey, hope you're well. Andy said, oh. Daryl said, I'm on cloud 9, Andy. Lotus says, electric car, Tesla, and the like. Daryl said, I'll help him find the door. There you go. Lotus said, do us a favor, piss off Frank. There you go. John Deere said, Lotus, don't like electric car, gas man truck. 17 people in here, 26 thumbs up. Lotus said, I'm not fond of them. Jane said, most of us don't like electric cars. They're electrifying. I'd like to drive one, but I don't want one. Andy says, I don't have an opinion. Everybody's got an opinion, Andy. They're like buttholes. Everybody's got one. You might not care, but that's your opinion. I know what's wrong now. I'm in the wrong seat. I knew something was wrong. Let's see. Kevin said, I only have facts, no opinion. Yeah, you got opinion. Daryl says, and some really stink. That's right. Mike said, electric cars are shocking. There you go. Sean said, why U.S. don't like electric cars? We don't even have enough power to power the houses, much less all the cars. Lotus said they are suitable. They are not sustainable, and I don't like car you can't fix yourself. There you go, Lotus. And he says, I'm not a car person. All I know is Boggy gave this expensive car that Johnny loves to death. Stigma says, Barron Trump's real father is Jeffrey Epstein, and I don't think nobody in this live cares. Lotus said, Boggy gave him a cool car. Kevin said, one big fact is hot dogs don't exist. Now, how do you say that? I'm just curious. If you're on facts, how do you say that? Daryl said, how was your day, Randy? It was good. While your live was on, me and Chester sat there and watched it. He bought a big old bowl of, or big old pot of vegetable soup. We sat there and ate soup and watched your live. And then he left, and I finished the exhaust on this C10. Lotus said, yes, they do, Kevin. You take that back. Jane said, I have an opinion. What the industry does to mine the goods to make the battery is awful. And then what they do when the batteries is no longer good, they have to get rid of them. Exactly. And it says, Pop Honey, you can have an opinion. It's called not having enough information, so something of formulated an opinion. Well, okay, whatever you say. You have no opinion. That sounds good to me. Lovely says, you guys really need a night bot or the channel rules posted somewhere for the people to agree to them before they come into live. You're probably right, Lovey. It wouldn't be a bad idea. Daryl said, awesome. I appreciate it. John Deere said, what about beef stew, carrots, and potatoes? Sounds good to me. Yeah, it was. It was very good. I don't like carrots. I don't like tomatoes, but I ate every bit of it. I ate 2 bowls, too. Sean said, do you know any language other than English? I do not. Kevin said, I don't trust them. I don't believe in anybody that has one. Okay. And he said, Lowell, laughing, sorry, I didn't mean to irritate you. You don't. I just don't get it. But then again, we're different. Diecast says, I have an opinion. Hell, I thought everybody did, but I guess not. Lovely said, Daryl, you should do the same, because with they start to piss off Randy, they'll probably start to piss you off. Lotus, what's up, Vic? My friend, Wake Country County is in the house. Well, hello, my friend. Daryl said, Vic. Raccoon said, hi. Jane said, hey, Vic. Kevin said, I don't like any food that is green or brown. I don't have no opinion on it, Kevin. Diecast said, hello. Hope everyone is well. I am, and I hope you are. John Deere said, how was your day? Daryl. Carlos said, Lotus, I'm fast and furious. Daryl said, it was good. Lotus said, what about fried chicken? It's brown and delicious. Diecast said, big boys, I'm fat and funny. Laughed my ass off. And he said, you just try to keep my nose out of things I'm not dragged into. No, don't. If you don't want to be in them, don't be in them. You don't have to be in none of them. I was just saying, you got an opinion. You may not want to discuss it, but there is one. But I guess I was wrong. I've been wrong before. You don't have to respond to any opinion you don't want to be a part of. But you do have an opinion, whether you believe it or not. Diecast said, hey, Lotus. Daryl says, burnout cars is one big step closer. John Deere said, that's good, Daryl. KXG said, wag. Carlos said, what's up, Mac? And they said it again. Well, they said, what's up? I believe that's what that means. I have no idea. Sean said, Which foreign language is learned in U.S. schools? As far as I know, there's several different languages. I don't know all of them. I know they got Spanish. They got different language classes as far as I know, but I didn't take none of them. Daryl says big. Mike says Daryl, you receive mail at your shop address? Lois says I hope you wipe after the fast and furious poop. K KX says WSG again, and he says, I'm sorry, greasy fingers. Vic said, Lotus, dude, I was able to take a bath in my own home for the first time in 9 months yesterday. Thank you for that. That sounds good, Vic. Congratulations. Kevin said, fried chicken is brown. I thought it was orange. KX says, hi, hello. Lovely says, I'm not trying to make rules or make demands or decisions for the channel or anything, just trying to help. I have a big heart for this community and would hate to see it leave because of trolls. Well, again, Lovely, some trolls come in here and end up staying and having a good time. I don't really want to. I really would like the live be for everybody if they want to come in here and enjoy it. And I'd hate to try to knock people out of it. I try to work with certain amount of them, but I would hate to lose anybody because of troll. And I have things to try to help people out because they don't like trolls. But I hate trying to just turn everybody away. I would like to get the channel bigger. And some of the trolls stay. Some of them talk and they just want to see if they can get my reaction. Lotus said, you're welcome, man. It's these small things in life. Jane said, Sean, many languages taught in U.S. schools. Daryl says, smash the like button, y'all. Lovely says, in my school, English, Spanish, Japanese, and language you learn. Vic said, hey, Daryl, not sure if I responded. Hope you're doing okay. Lovely says, but I know students that are do Spanish and Japanese. Daryl says, I do get mail at the shop. Mr. No Name said there are good news of Jesus Christ down on the cross. He took in all our sins, died, and 3 days later rose. Leaving him for you to read the Bible. Yes, we do. We don't do religion in here. Thank you for your comment. Daryl says, doing good, Vic. And he says, it can be orange, but usually indicates that it's got an orange sauce baked into it, like buffalo. Boggy loves buffalo. Jane said, Lucy, French and German too. Daryl says, Billy Jane. Sean said, what's your religion? We don't discuss it. Vic says, I think your trolls issue started when that dude at AZ started messing with you. Probably. Long said, thank you, Daryl. Daryl said, no politics or religion. John Deere says, Mr. No Name, this channel has no religion policy. Please don't talk about it here. Sorry. Lotus said, lovely. We won't let the trolls kill the group. Most of us have each other's phone numbers. That we family here. That's what I'm trying to say. I gets two people, and I try to accommodate everybody. I do things here that normally I wouldn't do to try to help people out. And but I am trying to grow the channel, and I don't want to turn people away. I like to give them a chance anyway. Lovely said, not the channel for that, please. Annie says, okay, be right back. Going to send my husband in a honey to-do list to have an idea. Sounds good. Kevin said, what's your opinion on this emoji? What is that, a heart? I like it. It's red. Lotus said, Mountain Dew and monsters for the kids, Annie. Annie says, aye. Lotus said, should be fun night. Annie says, hell no. Carlos said, I'm back. Dumpy says, humpy. Jane says, LOL, right. Mountain Dew and monsters, Annie. Annie says, I'm trying to don't get boggy to eat. Sean said, okay. Annie says, hey, Carlo, how are you, honey? Lovely said, yes, Lotus, I know, just I don't want to see that happen because of trolls. It has happened before, and if happens to this community, it will be really sad. I just don't want it to happen. That's all I said. Daryl said, it's all good. Lucy, Holly said, what's up? I'm back. I was watching the Bucks. All right, Holly said, Bucks and Panthers game. Oh, okay. Jason Lucy, there are several of us mods who try to make sure things don't get too out of control. Lovely says, I know, Daryl. 18 people, 28 thumbs up. Kevin says, you are my hero. Lotus says, Annie, when my wife had that, it was easier for her to do protein drinks and the like. Maybe try that for Boggy. Nickel Pony said, hey, Pops, hope you had a good Saturday. New exhaust sounds awesome. Well, thank you, Nickel Pony. I did finish it up today. I got the chrome tips on it, but I have not fired it up today. I wanted to get the plugs in it before I did and take it down the road. And he said, welcome back. Daryl said, Nick. Jane said, hey, Nickel. Sean says, do you smoke? Are expensive cigarettes in USA? I do not smoke, but yes, they are expensive. I think they're $7 or $8 a pack. I think people like Daryl save money. He rolls his own. Holly said, what college football team? So I don't watch any football, don't care nothing for it. And he said, it's not that Boggy can't eat, it's just he won't eat. Holly says, oh, college team do you like? I don't care for them. I don't even care. I don't watch football. Daryl says, yeah, I like the sound of your truck. Thank you, Daryl. Tarpon says, your favorite food? Probably steak. Carlos says, I'm doing great thanks, Annie, sweetheart. Haven't had an shit, can't even talk. Attack in many weeks, and my depression's getting better. Was great. That's awesome, Carla. Must be this good live you come into every night. Kevin said, if you won $1 million, would you give me $50? Sure. Lotus says, oh, I know, Andy. Nickel Pony said, hey, Daryl, and Miss Jane. Lotus says, I have nightmares of the wife getting it again. Holly says, what sports do you like? I don't care for sports. I like anything with cars in it. I don't really watch NASCAR, but I like the burnouts, and I like the drifting, and I don't really get into sports stuff. John Deere said hi. Lotus said motorsports. Yeah, that sounds good. Daryl said any sport that got wheels and fuel. I like that one too. Anthony said San Diego, Texas. Well, hello, Anthony. 17 people, 28 thumbs up. Lovely says, I know, Jane, just trying to help out. Like I said, I protect the ones I care about, and really like the way this group is always welcoming people and they are the people I care for. It's awesome. Carlos said, thanks, Pops. Jane said, hi, Anthony. Holly said, favorite drink? Probably Pepsi. Lotus said she got 60 pounds. She lost 60 pounds in 30 days. I thought she was going to die. Oh, that don't sound good. I'm glad she's fine. Jane said, agree, Lucy. It's a special group. Vic said, Mountain Dew. Lovely said, yes, 100%. Jane. Daryl said, Lucy, just so you know, I can see the community posts and I like them, but for some reason I cannot comment on them. I can't even see comments. Kevin says, you are a true man. Joe Bird said, hey, Pops. Hello, Joe Bird. And Jane said, Joe. Hey, Joe. Nickel Pony said, if aggravating a wife is a sport, I would have my own wing of the Hall of Fame by now. It's all in fun. She gives as much as she gets. I hear you, Nickel Pony. Daryl said Adam lost a lot of weight with the meds he was on. Joe Bird said, hey, Jane. Holly said, do you like barbecue ribs? Is that supposed to be barbecue ribs? Yes, I do. I like them. And he said, Boggy has lost from the looks of it 45 pounds. He's looking skinny now. Lovely said, Daryl. Jane said, what's wrong with her, Lotus? Joe Bird said, hey, metal. Kevin said, I had a seizure for the first time last night. Ooh, that's not good, Kevin. I hope everything works out. Daryl said, Gabe. Lovely says, I like racing. That's what kind of sport I like. 18 people, 30 thumbs up. Joe Bird said, hey, Kevin. Jane said, Kevin, that's not okay. Why? Holly said, I broke my wrist and my leg. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you heal up real well. Let's see. Lotus said she had that word and iron deficiency at the same time right after her surgery. She is better now, and it was a few years ago. John Deere said, hit the like button, guys. Holly said, guys, like and subscribe to him. Lovely said, Holly, that's not good. I can relate. Annie says, now that we forcing him to eat some of it's coming back, really just letting him eat whatever he wants and making him eat when he doesn't want to. Sean says, everybody got good life insurance and life in USA. Many people says USA dream of country. Not everybody. There's still people that don't. USA is the a land of opportunity. Everybody has the equal right to go do whatever they want to do. If they go out and they can make the dream happen if they want to. Not saying that it's easy. Everybody can do it just one way or the other. Some people's handed, some people have to work their ass off. That's all I can tell you. Kevin said, I don't know. I was in front of my computer and I don't remember much. Holly says, Lovely, what do you mean? Lovely says, Holly, it doesn't matter. Holly says, okay. Jane said, Kevin, you need to get that checked out. And he says, made a solid example to Jordan why he should eat. 12 people, 30 thumbs up. Vic said the American dream is only what you make of it. A lot of us try our entire lives. It's more about the journey. That's right. Nobody says it's easy. It's hard for everybody. Everybody takes different paths. What decision today may affect you down the road. You never know until it's the, like you just said, it's the journey you take. Carlos said, my mom, who passed recently, suffered from Parkinson's, and the last 4 years of her life she had dementia. Lotus said, I need to eat. Daryl said, R3 got the little ones tonight? No. They had somewhere to go, and I think Madison's got them. He waited at home all day for a package that didn't show up. Jane said, I just ate little leftovers. John said, why are you white? Because that's the way I come out, I guess. I mean, I'm human, I can tell you that, I guess. And he says, I also heard that he wasn't going to buy that car he said he wanted. Lovely said, you mean little Randy Darrell? Lovely said, question mark. John said, I hope you're not one of those poorly educated whites. I tell you what, I'm human, John. How's that? We're all human. I don't know why you keep putting that word white in there. I mean, it looks like to me you're trying to separate something and start something. If you don't start nothing, there won't be nothing. How's that? Daryl said, I'm going to run the engine through another heat cycle in the morning. All right. Sean said, it's getting married easy. Is getting married easy, American woman? Yeah. Getting married's real easy. Should be a lot harder. You should have to take an IQ test, to be honest with you. Jane said, John, what does it look like? Daryl said, yes, Lucy. Lovely said, oh, okay. Randy says, you know what that really grinds my gears? Do you know what really grinds my gears? Daryl says, keep chat clean, politics, religion, and racism free or leave. Yes, amen. Best thing said so far tonight. Lotus said, I wanted to start Vivo burnouts. I did another one. The brakes locked on the trailer, but of course we didn't get a picture of it. And he said, Mac, did you catch why Boggy wasn't buying that car he wanted? I missed it. Randy said, not pushing the clutch all the way in. Dale said, I don't think he said, Lucy. Big said he didn't ask, why are you white? He asked, are you white? Regardless, race isn't a topic of this channel. No, he said something about, he said, I hope you're not one of those poor, educated whiteys. That was his second comment. James said, R3 shifting too quickly. Lovely said, John, not the channel for that, please. John Deere said, hit the like button, guys. Yes, 19 people, 32 thumbs up. John Deere said, hit the like button, guys. Holly said, hi. Lotus said, I'm calling BS on the alleged trust. Vic said, I didn't catch that. Matthew Scott said, Romans 6:23, for the wage of the sins is death, but the gift of God is eternal through life, Jesus Christ our Lord. Thank you, Matt Scott, but we don't do religion on here. I read your comment out of respect, but we don't talk about religion or politics. But thank you for your comment. Randy said, not much about me anymore is quick. John Deere said, lovely. Who you talking about? Carlos says, I love girls. Daryl said, R3 won't say run, stand now. Yes, we've been wanting to build one, and we've got one on the stand that we want to add on. It's just getting him here and having time to work on. We really got to make the next step. But yes, we've had one running on a stand, but it's not a run stand like you got. We do want to build one. Let's see. Lotus said, what's up, Rando? Amy says, did you see my question, Mike? Lovely said, Scott, not the channel for that, please. We are not religious community warning. Matt Scott said, repent and believe in Jesus or perish. Now again, Matthew, I'm going to be nice. And I read your comment, but that will be the last one because we do not talk about that here. Thank you. Daryl said, I answered. Sean says, who is the big reaper for you in the history? Randy said, hello, Lotus. Vic says, big boys, I like women, girls too. And Diecast said, I like human girls. They're all girls, females. Lovely said, hi, little Randy. John Deere said, what's up with bots? I don't know. Randy says, I can put one together from brush guard rated exhaust pipe. Damn it, Randy. What are you trying to do? We got enough shit getting started in here. Don't you start no shit. Hi, Sprig said, big boys, me too. And he said, all I see is you're talking to Lucy, whoever that is. Randy said, hello, lovely. Daryl said, yeah, he didn't say that I seen Annie. Lovely said, Annie, I am Lucy. Ice Pig says, I like all ones. Alice said, hello from Alabama. Roll Tide. Jane said, hi, Alice, sorry. Annie said, oh. Lotus said, Crash Bar, get it right. I knew that was coming. Randy said, call me Jumper Cables till I start stuff. Amen to that. Daryl said, R3 laughing. Vic said, human girls laugh my ass off. Thank you for clarifying. I'm dying over here. Alice says, hello, Jane. Carlos says, I like brown sugar. I don't mess with brown sugar much. Regular sugar's fine with me. But I've got to where I don't use much of it. I use honey in my coffee. Mr. 90 said, hello, my favorite. Is that on YouTube? Okay. Daryl said, defibrillator Randy. Yeah. Lovely said, Lowell, Daryl. Daryl said, how bad is the neighbor's house, Vic? 18 people, 33 thumbs up. Yep. Let's see. I guess that total lost. Not sure if anyone got hurt yet or not. Boggy said, hello Boggy. I said that I was taking the money from the CUDA and giving it to the mother and the charity that supported Izzy. If you're going to talk about me, pay attention to what I said, Annabelle. Daryl said, no premiere tonight. All right, Daryl. Lovely said, I knew that, Daryl. John Deere's got some pink poop. Daryl says, honorable Boggy. Yes, very. I missed that in chat. 13 people, 34 thumbs up. Carlos says, got me asleep. Randy looking goofy and doing a burnout. Daryl sent 100 for 2 jewels. And Boggy, just to let you know, we got you in our prayers, buddy, and keep your head high. We hope everything goes good for you. And he says, okay, what my field name you didn't tell me things directly, so no need for the name, bud. Mexitech said, slow night. Yeah, it ain't too bad. Kevin said, my dream is to be a fish monger, okay? Ed said, yeehaw. Mr. 90 said, I just had Snickers milkshake. Do you drink milkshake? I like chocolate. I like Oreo. I like a lot of different milkshakes. Ed said, hi. Hello, Ed. Shaw said, I'll be getting cervical problems from keeping reading text from Chaz. Well, I'll just have to get it, I guess. Ed said, yeehaw, cowboy. Got the cowboy with the hat. Carl says, you need to eat. And, okay. Barlow says, you drink whiskey? I like Grey Goose, but that's about all I'll drink. Boggy says, I'll pay attention next time, and maybe I won't be snarling at you half the time. Carlos said, I'm sorry for being cheeky tonight, Pop. So you're good, Carlo. Like I said, it's just we all have our days. It's how we get through them, buddy. But you didn't have to do that. Thank you, but you didn't have to do that. Lotus said, what's up, Boggy? Mr. King said, Brent's the personally best today. I did one rep on 350. Cool. I'm proud of you. Lovely said, Mighty Knight, please don't call him. I just, Ed says, do you like KFC? It's kind of greasy, but I'll eat it every once in a while. Lovely says, I know what that means, Mr. Knighty. Carlos says, I do like KFC. 20 people in here, 35 likes. Lotus said, Popeyes too. I don't think I've ever eaten at Popeyes. Kevin said, hey, I want that too. How can I get donations? Start you on live and see if people. Not everybody does it. Every once in a while, somebody will throw a little money in the hat to help the channel out, and I do appreciate it. If everybody give $1 a day, that'd be good chat. I'm just playing. Kevin said, I just read that. Mex Tech says, I like the fast chicken. Annabelle says, I don't know what I did. Sean says, you have to exercise your neck sometimes. It's no joke. Oh, I only do this 2 hours and I do something else. I move around. Jane said, Mr. Knighty, I can bench 350 pounds 10 times at one time. Miner says, Mint Daily, you're pretty cool, man. I sub. Boy, thank you, Minion. Yeah, Ed said, this stream is good. Well, thank you. Lotus said, Popeyes is tasty. Get your channel monetized. That's right. That's how you do it. Minion says, I don't have a job. Can't donate. Sorry. We don't expect it. I appreciate it if anybody does, but we don't expect it, and I don't push for it. Now, I'll take all y'all want to send, but I do understand not having money. Mr. Knighty said, Jane, I said 350 kilos, not pounds. Mex Tech says, the fast chicken is Chicken Express. That's Chinese, ain't it? And he said, see what I mean? Poor boys is torn apart. Kevin said, I'm thinking of asking every person in the world for $1. I'm sure everyone has $1 to give out. Well, that's what I'll say, Kevin. If everybody gives $1, look how much I'd have every day. Vic said, best fast food chicken is Cane's, hands down for me. I've never eaten there either, Vic. Never even heard of it. Jane said, okay, well, replace 350 kilos with pounds. Kevin said, easy way to become a billionaire. That's exactly right. Figure out how to everybody give you money. Eddie says, minions, okay. Lotus says, boo, Cane's boo sauce doesn't make the chicken good. Mr. Knighty says, how much can you bench press Stone Coldly? I have no idea. I have no reason to lay down and try to bench press anything. Whatever lands on my chest, I hope I can get it off of me. That's all I can say. I don't do no gym stuff. Ed says, pink poop. And if you ever see me running, your ass better run too. Something's chasing me. Something big coming. Something wrong. Jane said, Kevin, let me know how that works for you. Mex says, no, it's not Chinese. You're Chinese. Wing, wing. Minion said, are you married, sir? I am. Ed said, what's your favorite food? Steak. Sean said, I can bench 700 pounds. I think somebody's full of shit. Vic says, no. I don't even care about the sauce. The chicken is good enough on its own. Lotus said, he can bench a whole Vivo. Kevin's laughing. And he says, I feels like something is missing. Lotus says, I don't agree. Bump, you're in the wrong live. Please find another one. Randy said, I saw you run a couple months ago, big man. No, you didn't. You did not see me run. You did on a video, but you didn't see it that day. Lotus said, Annie, it's Olivia yelling at us all. Eddie said, Mex says, I can bench press a bench press? John said, I can bench press the entire planet at a few times. I can too. That's just on the other side of it. John Deere said, I don't even know how many times I could do that, to be honest with you. John Deere said, what's a good name for a song you guys want me to make after Randy's song? I have no idea, buddy. Minion said, sub, sir. I hope you're enjoying your time streaming. Thank you. We do this every day at 6, from 6 to 8. And we try to do it every Sunday morning. This is something we do just to everybody get together for 2 hours to have a good time. I always go back through my channel if it shows up as being public. I do always sub back. I do appreciate it. Mike's laughing. Somebody's full of shit. I'm with you, Mike. Ed says, I can bench press the entire Home Depot. Trust me. Yeah, anytime somebody says trust me, you fix them to get reamed. Mr. 90 said, my chest is getting too big and strong now. Line is like I do not know what that is. Somebody inform me. I bet he has to walk through the 36-inch door sideways. But I done told you once, you need to find another channel. Daryl said he was sleeping on the job. He didn't see you, Randy. Ed said, wow, Bump, that's so real. Kevin said, I can bench press a black hole. Okay. Lotus said, I saw Rando try to bench press a tree. It didn't end well. Yeah. He was trying to do neck adjustments or something. That thing just pushed him right on down. Meg says, NDB, can you spell run? If so, do it. I'm not going to. I can't spell it. Don't know how to spell it. Minion said, is anyone here goofing? Annie said, the moon's beautiful tonight. It was last night, and I think night before. Randy said it had a ring around it. I always heard that means snow. I hope it don't come here, though. Mr. 90 says, my personal best squat is 330 kilos. Daryl says, who you calling a groom? Kevin said, I can bench press everything in the universe on top of each other. Ed said, Brandon? John said, first time here, I can see I'll be seeing more of this. I hope so, John. We appreciate it. We do, like I said, we do this every day at 6 p.m. from 6 to 8. At 8 o'clock, a lot of people go over and watch Metal Art Customs premiere. And we do this on Sunday morning. We try to do it every Sunday morning. Daryl said, it. Minion says, can you make the sound of this emoji? I do not have one of them, so I can't make that sound. Mr. 90 says, how many meals do you eat, Stone Cold? Well, today I ate a bowl of cereal and 2 bowls of vegetable soup. So, and I'll probably eat another thing of vegetable soup before I go to bed. So, 4, I mean, depends. And sometimes, like yesterday, I didn't eat a single meal all day. John Deere said, what size engine, Randy, is in your C10? My orange one has a 350. Randy's, we took the 396 out and put a 5.3 in it. Ed says, what we got here? Cry says, I bet you can with a cake. Lotus said, is my sign fixed yet? No, I've been on this live. I told you I will get some black tape, electrical tape, and I'll fix it. I'll get your E going. Ed says, do you have any hobbies? Yes, we do burnout cars, work on cars. Everything in this shop is pretty much my hobby. Minion says 2? Question mark, exclamation point. What did you ask or whatever for that? Anyway, Annie says, I don't see a ring aside on one of your fingers. I don't wear my ring anymore. And you said 4 is so many. At the railroad, you can't wear your ring at when you go to the railroad. I quit wearing my ring because I was scared I was going to lose it, and I just don't wear. I don't wear my wedding band anymore. If that's what you're asking. Meaning, Mr. Knight says, "Do you eat meaty or only veggies?" I eat meat. Whatever I decide I want to eat, that's what I eat. Kevin said, "Vegetable soup." No, no, no. Vegetable soup, please. Today was vegetable soup. Daryl said, "Cereal sounds good. Don't mind if I do. Be right back." I would be eating cereal again tonight if that's vegetable soup wasn't here. And he said, "Pops, that's not healthy, honey. I don't make me come in here and make you eat too." Just something like yesterday, there wasn't really anything here to eat. I had Pop-Tarts. I ate, some snacks and stuff. But as far as a meal, I did not. And Randy and I was going to go get something last night after the live and everything. And he had a hamburger, a cheeseburger. He ate the cheeseburger and a little ice cream went. Oh, wait a minute. Let me rephrase that. Hold on a minute. Randy, if you're still in here, look and see what that was on the south side of the building, please. I can't. My phone's on the live. And he says, let's see. I read that. So many vegetable cereal sounds good. Be right back. Mr. Knighty says, when I run, it's catching my nipples. Okay. Lotus says, "What are you even doing in life if you're not fixing my sign? I'll let you go for one." Well, you're going to just have to wait. Or a ribeye. I might can handle the ribeye. And he says, my finger, LOL. Daryl says, "Let it go, Lotus." Mr. Yeah, I did what you asked. I make these signs however people want them made when they do their membership. It's not my fault you changed your name. Let's see. Mr. Knighty says, "I am watching The Godfather Part 1 done. Carlo got shot in the ass." Others said, "Did hell freeze over yet, Daryl?" Kevin says, "You need to cook a whole pig." What in the world would I cook a whole pig for? User said, "Did you eat a cheeseburger with the fries?" Lotus says, "Are pigs flying? I ain't no quitter." User says, "I once had a cheeseburger with fries." Lotus said, "The fireplace looks cool, Randy. Thank you." Kevin says, "It was a raccoon." Mike said, "Lotus, I think the aliens are crying." Jane says, "Going to be 64 here Friday." Oh man, I hope it's nice here. Lotus said, "Maybe Mike." Randy said, "It's our cat." Okay. I'm glad it's just that then. Lotus said, "No, you didn't. I want my sign 10 foot tall." You're going to have to donate more money to get that. For $150, I'll make it 2 foot tall, 6 foot wide. We'll even get you a design on it for you. Mr. Knighty says, "What is your stance on vaping?" I think it's wrong. I can't stand it. And I think it's worse than smoking. You put vapor in your vapor is water, and you put water in your lungs, and water don't go in your lungs. John said, good game starts in 20. Gotta go. Blessing. See you, John. Thanks for stopping in. Hope to see more of you. Jane says, you have a cat? We do have one that's been coming around. A solid black cat comes around every night. Usually later than this, but it's been coming sometime in the night and setting our. We got cameras now. You can't come on this property without us seeing you on the camera, and it goes off on her phone, and that one picks that cat up. Jane said, take care. Joshua says, Josh said, good evening. Can I pray? Date 42. I was born in 1993. You can pray if you want to. Carlos said, oh my goodness, guys and girls, I'm exhausted. I've been pooping all morning. Woo! I guess you're full of poop. Lotus said, always money. Mr. 90, well, it costs me money. Mr. 90 says, I have to go for now. I have to go shagging my wife. All right. Be careful. Enjoy. Tell her we said hi. Oh, that damn helicopter shit again. Kevin said, I'm coming now. Lotus said, don't forget the Diddy old Mr. 90. Jane said, I can't speak up on you and stalk you. Cameras will be tripping. Exactly. Anybody steps on this property now, we see them. 17 people in here, 36 thumbs up. We ain't got 20 minutes, so I don't think we're going to make the 50 tonight. Lotus says, me too, Jane. I haven't blinked watching the whole house. Jane said, your phone whistles when the camera is tripped. Yep. That's what it did just a minute ago when it went off. Lets me know that it tells me which camera went off. Kevin says, do you have anything to defend yourself with? Oh, yeah. Yep, I sure do. I keep a couple hole punchers. Jane said, Lotus, I have 4 cameras and got 2 more. Lotus, I have 4 cameras and got 2 more. Don't that mean you got 6? Lotus says, I got a big boomstick. 17 people, 37 thumbs up. Lotus says, I have 4. Carlos says, I need a girl to lube. Lotus says, hi. Hello. Cheerios or cornflakes? I don't like Cheerios. Randy does, but I don't. If I'm going to eat either one of them, it's going to be cornflakes. And I think cornflakes is the one I put sugar on. I'm not for sure. But if I'm in the store buying cereal, it's not going to be either one of those. Jane says, I just got them. They aren't up yet. Okay, so that means you got 6, just 2 ain't working. Don't ever tell them they're not up yet. You got 6. Lotus said, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Now, if I eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch, it's going to be dry. I don't want milk in it. That's just me. Kevin said, I put honey. I ain't never tried that. Which I didn't start. I started using honey a couple years ago in my coffee. But I don't really eat. Only other honey I eat other than my coffee is a bit of honey, the candy. Lewis says, you drink? Not really. I will drink a shot of Grey Goose before I go to bed, but you won't see me drink anything else. I don't drink out and about. Never been drunk. I just don't do it. And he said, Boggy, I'm curious, and I bet the chat is also curious. How did you meet this kid, and how did She'd dig deep enough into your heart and make you on the brink of tears. I haven't thought about it. Buggy, if you want to answer that, you can. That's entirely up to you. Some people come into your life, they just mean a lot to you. They don't. There's people that has come in my life on this chat, this YouTube channel, that mean the world to me, and it's just their actions to the things that we do. So I haven't thought about it if you're in here, Boggy, but that's entirely up to you. Mike said you should buy Wheaties cereal because it's the breakfast of champions, official cereal of the U.S. Olympics. Yeah, I'm not going to eat Wheaties either. Jane says, but the four that are up worked well and just want to see all of it. We've had car break-ins recently. Carlos said, the only oils I'm using are synthetic and castor oil on my nitro fuels. Jane said, Wheaties, blah. Well, you said, Andy, I expect Jane to ask that. Alf says, it ain't none of your business, Alf. Find another channel or talk right. Either way, doesn't bother me. Jane said, nope, none of my business, Buggy. Lotus said, especially if you're going to ask something, ask it when you're not down. Lotus said, because mean old Boggy has a heart of gold hidden under that angry. Lotus, that's probably the best thing you've said in a long time. Boggy don't want to be that kind of person, but Boggy's got a big old heart. I think he wants to be, but he don't want that image. Hey, Boggy's a good guy. Kevin said, like me, floored by the Lord, said howdy. Hello, floored. Welcome in. Welcome to the channel. Hope you return. I'm glad you stopped in. John Deere said, weenies really. Beth said, hello, Randy. I don't eat Wheaties either. Buggy said, but like Pop said, one day she showed up and it gave me the reason to keep going. She was there for a reason, Buggy, and that might be the reason. Millie Carter says, Darling Mason Stephen, okay. Pape, what's up, boss man? Hello, Pape. Billy, 1980 says, hi. Hello, Billy. Randy says, remember everyone, the person you are when no one is looking is your true self. Exactly. Floored says, where do you get a fiberglass bed cover for a 1970 Chevy? It was actually on the truck when I bought it, but the 2001 Chevrolet we bought, it's a short bed. We bought one for it, and I think that would go on it too. It's the same bed cover, so I think the same cover would fit for a 2001 Chevrolet will fit the 71. I'm about sure I could take both bed covers and switch them back and forth. They're the same thing. Buggy says something that keeps me fighting after my initial fight was taken away. D. Herman said, hey, number one is here. That's right. 21 people, 37 thumbs up. Got a lot of newcomers at the last few minutes. Hit the like button for me, please. Lotus said, Pape, been hunting any Bigfoots lately? He says, you like 72 Nova? Yeah, I like to say I've never owned one or drove one, but I like them. Millie says, well, I don't know what that means. You just said that a minute ago. I don't know why you keep repeating it. Daryl says, I'm back. Welcome back, Daryl. 20 people, 38 thumbs up. And he says, but when, where, and how, Boggy? I think it's when, where, and how. Floored says, what about an 8-foot bed? You think the one on my 99 dually would fit my 70? I think I don't know. Is it Chevrolet? If they're both Chevrolets, they might. I would say so, and I think the Ford is. Uh, I think the Ford's wider or something, but it probably would. More Matt said tap times two. Thank you. Yes, went up to 39. Got 20 people. 39 thumbs up. Boggy said the question stings a little. Now, it doesn't fit 100% exactly right, but you really can't tell it. Lotus said, what is that, Millicar, what's a supposed to mean? That's what I was wondering. Boggy said, I think it was turning 21 when I met the Izzy. The Herman said, I'm done with one concrete pour and I have to build the rebar tower for the column and wing wall forming tomorrow. That's awesome. I need to do the same thing here for about a 2 or 3 foot one. Boggy said, what you say, Pop? What did I say? I don't know, Boggy. I was reading chat and I have no idea what I responded to. Florida said, what are the names on the wall behind you? If you become a member of the channel, you get your name on the wall, and there's a members wall at the road. We're on a real busy highway, so for $4.99 a month, you can have your name in here and out there. We do have we're ordering a sign that goes right under the American flag that says members only, and one that's going out at the road that says members only YouTube channel. Mormac said, JT. Lotus said, members floor. John Deere said, hit the like button, guys. Yes, please. I'm stuck on 39. Boggy said, I said that the question stings a little, and you said something. I don't think so. I remember reading the question. Reading the statement, but I don't think I responded to it. I don't think, Boggy. I don't think. Now, I remember reading it, but I don't remember saying anything about it. The Armin says, it ain't easy doing creek crossing work, or you're going to do it if you're going to do it right. I bet not. Floyd said, Mac attack. 15 people, 39 thumbs up. Boggy said, you're too old for this, Pop, so you're probably right. I have a problem comprehending. I will read, and if something's said or something, I try to remember what I say, but I do remember reading that comment, but I do not remember saying anything when I read it, because Boggy, I feel for you, buddy. I know you're going through a lot right now, and I don't see no reason to try to stir the pot. If you want to talk to us, you are welcome. You got all of our numbers and everything, and you know how we feel about it. I don't like to poke and pry in your business. I heard about it in another live, but I feel like if you wanted me to know, you would tell me. So I don't poke and pry in your business. Mac said, be right back, phone call. 22 people, 39 thumbs up. ADM says, hey, Daddy, hey, how you doing? Man, it has been a long time. How long's it been now? I don't remember. Which one are you? Are you the third or the fourth one? I can't remember. You'll have to tell me. Dearman said, I offered my wife $100 for a body massage, and she said she's too tired. Oh, I like it, Dearman. John Deere said, hit the like button, guys, please. Yes, please do that. You're going to make me say something Lotus don't like to hear. $21 people, 39 thumbs up. I got 7 minutes. I'm not even going to get 40. Lotus said you should have offered $100 and a $5 and a 5-hour energy drink. That's right. Florida says give her a coffee. Amen. Adam, Now, go back to the other stuff. You were kind of funny before you started that stupid shit. The Herman says, you'll be more sexy if you grow that beard out. No homo. Well, maybe, but I can't stand hair. I barely like dealing with this. If I didn't think I looked so stupid without it, I'd take it all off. John Deere said, hit the like button, guys, please. Pretty please. Call a friend. ADM Production said, I'm sorry. All right. Professor said, you want to lick my forehead? That sounds kind of nasty. Hit that like button for me, please. ADM said, Daddy. Hold me up, Daddy. Okay, here we go. Randy says, I call a friend, but he'll end the live. Yeah, we don't have many, do we? The Herman says, I'd feel gay getting a massage from a dude. Somebody hit it. Thank y'all. It jumped over 40. I do appreciate it. Somebody help me out. John Darcy, hit the like button, guys, please. The Herman, I'm like you. I think if I was going to get a massage, it would have to be from a female. I don't think I want no guy rubbing all over me. Carlos said, is that AI or AL? Let's see. Carlos said it again. Lotus said, agreed, D. Herman. Lotus says, I want to boot trolls. I'm trying to give them a little bit of a time. I don't want to get rid of them, but I wish they would act like they had some sense. Randy says, it'll be okay, Herman, if you have socks on. Buggy said, no, it ain't. Buggy says, like Annie, feel free to ask questions. Family has the right to know. I understand, Boggy, and I'll do anything in the world for you. I'll help you in any way possible, especially when times like this. But I just feel that if it was something, you want to know, we would know about it. But I'm good, buddy. I hope the best for you. The Herman said, I had a friend in the army that paid to have his nipples removed because he said they made him feel feminine. Oh, Lord. Good Lord, 15 people, 48 thumbs up. If I did it just right, I might could click 50 off here. I got 3 minutes. Lord, y'all jumped in there and helped me. ADM thinks nipples piercing's cool, I guess. I disagree with it, but it ain't none of my business. Lotus said, I heard you're not getting the 302. What up with that? I think he said something a minute ago about he was giving the money away and to it's back in the comments. John Deere said, hit the like button, guys, please. Floyd said, hit the thumbs up. Yes. I don't need but 2 more. Well, 3 to count for 50 because for some stupid reason, I always take 1 back. Buggy says, to answer the rest of your question, Annie. 15 people, 50 thumbs up. All right. 1 more will lock me into 50 for tonight. That would be awesome. John Deere said, yay, we hit 50. Yeah, I got to have 51 or it will not count. It will knock me down to 49. I do not know why. It's so weird. There it went. 16 people, 51 thumbs up. As long as Lotus don't take it back, we're good. Randy said there is 51. Yep. Well, you said it was in the area for a car show. This was right when I bought the used Impala 64. Floyd said, you got part of this? Yeah, well, good Lord, it done jumped up to 53 now. Thank y'all. Y'all must have called several friends. Lotus said, algorithm wants to remind it, says it's in control. You exactly right. Well, you says, and, well, I found her bucket listing. 14 people, 55 thumbs up. KK said, did you vote Trump? We do not talk politics here. This is a worldwide thing, and we like to keep everything politics and religion free for everybody. We don't like to talk about controversial subjects. And we don't like to single people out. 14 people, 56 thumbs up. That is awesome. And it just hit 8 o'clock. John Deere said, bye-bye, good night, guys. It's 8 o'clock. I think Daryl said he didn't have a premiere tonight. I think he said. I don't know. But I do have to get some things going, but I was going to let it go for a couple minutes. 16 people in here, 57 thumbs up. Lotus voted for a Skywalker. Randy said, good night, everyone. Thank you all for coming and getting over 50 likes. Like I said, I asked her what she was up to on her own in a city like she said, answered me. I don't remember what she said, but the voice I remember. D. Herman said, 11 more subscribers and I can live stream my construction work. Awesome. Let me see something here. If that's the case, let me see something. I don't, well, there's you go. You got 10 now. I'll just give you one. That's my personal account. D. Herman, I just hit one more for you, so you should have 10. Lotus said, the dark side has cookies. Randy says, I like cookies. ADM said, sorry for trolling. Like I said, I try not to delete people. I don't like it, but this is a good channel if you want to come in here and have a good time. Floyd said, I like turtles. Yeah, they cool. Determined I sub, so there ought to be 9. Lotus said, subs, there ought to be 8. ADM said, sorry for trolling again. Dearman got $2. Thanks, bro. He said, thank you. We do appreciate it. I did not realize I was not subscribed to you. If you'll let us know, we try to help out in the chat. Lotus says, I like turtle soup. Buggy says, then after I tag along while she marked task for that piece of paper, I asked her why she was doing it now, and then she told me her mom couldn't afford treatment. You worked my ass off that night. Cool, Buggy. Like I said, big old heart. Buggy said, I just barely made enough. 10 people in here, 63 thumbs up. Boy, thank y'all very much. Dave says, I got pregnant by my stepdad. Please play for me. Yes, you do. I hope the best for you. Dave said, with triplet, I think you're lying, but hey, I hope the best for you. Lotus said, I call BS. I do too. ADM said, I subscribe. Thank you. Like I said, if it's public, I always go through and I do subscribe back. Dearman said, I came here because you were good people and you read comments. Thank you. A lot of people don't understand why I do it, but I feel like it's a connection with the people and it's what I'm trying to grow for this channel. I want the connection with everybody out there. Boggy said, now 6 years later, she's gone and I didn't even say goodbye. Oh man, I hate that, Boggy, but I promise you she remembers and she understands. Floyd says, Welder says, have you ever changed a tire? We got a tire place here. Yes, we change them. We sell them all the time. 16 people, 66 thumbs up. You need one change or you want to buy a set? Let us know. Loader said, that's rough, Boggy. That truly is. Boggy said, goes, I'm actually freaking crying now. Man, I'm sorry, but like I said, this is why I try to tell everybody all the time. Remember, your life changes in just seconds. You never know what the next minute holds. Kill the Batman says, you ever go to the gas station and ask for 5 on the diesel? Nope. Boggy says, you was told there was a letter, but I don't have the heart to open it and read it. Well, it's probably something they wanted to say to you, Boggy. You probably ought to sit down and read it. The Airman says, I put Falcons on my Ram 3500 Express. Expensive. Yes, expensive. Floyd says, where are you located? Denton, North Carolina. Eddie Man, what's your opinion on import cars? I like all cars. I like my American-made muscle, don't get me wrong, but what I like about cars and trucks is when people take them and make them their own. If they customize them, you can buy any car off the lot, they make thousands of them, millions of them. But you take a car to your house and you make it on what you want it to be, I think that is art. ADM said, especially Chinese cars, they all don't bother me. They're good. All of them make good cars and make bad cars. You can get a limit in all of them. Lovely said, you guys get him to 70 likes. I got 2 more. 2 more, give me 70. Kill the Batman said, when did you quit smoking cigarettes? I've never smoked. Lotus said, open it might help, brother. Yes, I never have smoked. Kill the Batman. Boggy says, yeah, you're right. I'll read it when I get it from her mother. Floyd said, I am in, okay, if you don't know Floyd, we got a world map. When people come in, we always, if they'll tell us where to phone, we put a pin in. I'll write that down. And we will put a pin in for you. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. Lotus says, I have a Korean car. Never thought I would say that. The Army says, I live near VIR Wasteway. It's a great place to go. I have always wanted to go. And when we bought our ZR1 Camaro, we were supposed to be able to go to it, but they never sent us the paperwork to go to it. When you buy a Corvette and ZR1 Camaros, you're supposed to be able to go up there and on their race day and go, but we never got the paperwork to do it. Kill the Batman says, you ever have a vice? Had a vice? What kind of vice? 18 people, 69 thumbs up. Lovely says, what's the most likes you ever had in one live? 106. ADM, I'm from Martinsville, West Virginia. I will write that down. I'll put a pin in for you too. Thank you. Randy said 160. Herman said Anderson, North Carolina. There's another pin. We will find them and put them in for y'all. Boggy said, your Korean car has the tiniest turbo I've ever seen. Lotus said, BS. VWs are way smaller. Floyd says, sweet. I have left my mark on the world. Thank you. Yeah, that's what we're here for. We want to make sure that it gets here. Randy said, ZL1. Did I say something wrong? Or did I miss something? Lotus said, did I say? Anyway, Lotus said also 15 pounds is 15 pounds. Buggy says, never touch a turbo VW. Lotus said, VW turbos is the size of a pop can. Edwards, have you ever been to Carlson? No, I have not. Buggy says, that didn't help like I thought it would. Sorry, Lotus. Florida says, we're all neighbors here. It seems like, yes, we are. There's people all over. And if not, it's a real good family. It really is. And we all do venture out and see each other. Daryl and Daryl's been here. Adam's been here. We've been up there and met Lotus, Adam, Daryl, Jane. We all kind of, you never know when we may sneak up on each other. Lotus said the whole thing. D. Herman says, if I buy chalk, will you chalk that crown molding? I'm going to cover that up. Caulk, not chalk, caulk. It's going to be covered up. You're not going to see it when I finish this room. Daryl says, Anderson ain't far from you, I don't think. I don't think it is. I'd have to look it up, but I don't think it's too far. Randy says, we're going to replace it. Lotus says, no worries, Buggy. I'm smiling. I honestly think it's funny. Max, the text says, I'm back. Welcome back. 17 people in here, 69 thumbs up. Let's see. Daryl said, VW turbo sucks more than blows. Buggy said, isn't yours the size of a 2-liter? Max says, had to cross the border. Ooh. Buggy said, that's what he said, Mac. Carlos said, okay, I'll let all y'all, let's all get naked and hug. Let's don't say we did. Lotus said, a 2-liter is a good size. Carlo, go stand in the corner for 20 minutes. Lewis says, ribeye or prime rib? I like ribeye. Lotus likes ribeye. Meg says, haha, Trump, your wall didn't work. Boggy says, that blew right past you, Pops. Yeah, I believe it did. Floyd says, I have a VW TDI 50, 60 miles per gallon. I think Randy's wanting one of them. The Herman said, Denton is where that ground water makes everyone like Gomer Pyle. Yeah, pretty much. Meg says, I'm just picking. I know. Meg says, I'm not even Mexican. Oh, Lotus said, I'm not boosted, boys, with a 107 millimeter turbo on a 2.4. Buggy said, nah, that's fun, Lotus. Carlos said, only milk and juices in 2 liters. Buggy said, now. Randy said, determine whatever you in the water, those people don't die. No, these people are old here. I thought I was getting close, but I get up here, hell, I still got 20 more years. Prayer says, hi, it's me, Power Ranger. Well, Power Ranger, hit that like button for me. See if you can be number 70, please. Boggy says, oh, little Randy, good, you're here. Daryl says, smash the like button, y'all. Let's get to 100 tonight. Boggy said, Pops, Randy. Meg says, what about 7 liters? What's in those? Layla said, hello, Layla. Hit the like button for me, please. Let's get the like count up. I'm on 69. Lotus said, I want to win one of those Cletus Precision 62/T4 turbos. Yeah, that'd be cool. Randy says, Boggy, I've been in and out. LOL. Prez says, my son is screaming. Will you go take care of your son? I understand. Daryl said, right, Lotus. Boggy said, I probably won't be back for at least 2 weeks. We understand, Lotus. For anything, Lotus. I'm sorry. Lotus don't like me to say his name. Boggy says, I said, Boggy, I understand. If there's anything we can do, let us know. We'll help you out if we can. Press says, so I thought I would watch the stream. Well, tell him we said hello. Floyd says, I have a 7.4 liter and it's got 450 foot-pounds inside. Cool. Daryl said, you're flying out Tuesday, right, Boggy? 17 people, 70 thumbs up. Boggy, you're always welcome to reach out. Not an easy time, and you don't have to talk about it. Chris says, I had to catch my username. Oh, okay. Layla says, hi, how are you today? I'm doing great. Be doing even better if you'd hit that like button for me. The Herman said, fact, there are several red oak subspecies, most interbred commonly, same with white oak and hickories. I would love to, I would say so. I don't know nothing about it. I want to see them big, those big old trees you drive through in California. I want to go see those. Other girl says, I like the live. Well, thank you. Hit the like button, subscribe, and come back. We do it every day at 6 p.m. and we try to do it sometimes Sunday morning, and we cook breakfast on Sunday mornings. We welcome everybody. Boggy says, y'all did nothing wrong, but I don't know how long the funeral and the tribute are going to last and what not. Plus, I won't be there. Old mom can get back on her feet. We understand, Boggy. Daryl said redwood. Yeah, that's what I meant. Redwoods. Randy said, the Herman, all I can tell you about trees is they hurt. The Herman said, post oak is a white oak. Boggy said, yeah, Tuesday, Mac. Lotus says, I cut trees up and make stuff out of them. 13 people, 71 thumbs up. Thank y'all very much. I do appreciate every single one of them. Boggy said, yeah, a tree gave Randy a back shot. Yeah. Set his ass in a wheelchair for about 3.5 months. Floyd said, I have 7 acres of oak and hickory and can verify that is correct. I have chestnut, marker nut, hickory, and even Native American chestnut. Awesome. Lotus said, can you even stand? Oh, he's back to work. If you're asking about Randy Lotus, he's actually back to work now. I got a good, nice power wheelchair if anybody needs one. I got one good one for sale. D. Herman says they're all still 100-plus-year-old white oak tobacco wagons hauling tobacco. Awesome. Randy says, then while I was asleep, a doctor shoved a rod in me sideways. Daryl said, I thought chestnut was extinct. Well, people in here, 72 thumbs up. Buggy says, I don't know, Randy, like it that rough. Gator said they roast them on an open fire. That's right. Lotus said 500 cc's. D. Herman said chestnut making a comeback in spots. Floyd said still lingering around, but the blight didn't nearly take them out. Randy said, heck, I didn't either, Buggy. Daryl said gator. Rich said chestnuts. Daryl said, that's awesome, Herman. 16 people, 72 thumbs up. Gator said, hi, Mac. Buggy said, thanks, guys. You lifted the mod quite well. Well, we're here for you, buddy. We really are. The Herman said, Ash already making a good comeback. Alex said, AC unit, LOL. I know, right? Daryl said, the doc left his rod in your Randy. Yep, it's still in there. It will be in there for life. Lotus said, glad to help, brother. Randy's AC unit has been installed in a Volvo. Daryl said, you got my number, Buggy. Buggy said, hey, old man, be sure you don't die for another 60 years for me. Let's hope I don't. Randy said, yeah, he did, Daryl. I want to be here for a while. I've really become attached to all y'all people. I tell you, y'all don't know how much y'all mean to me. Y'all really don't. This live, this YouTube thing's meant the world to me, and it's gone a lot bigger than I ever thought it would. Layla said, I wish I had jewels. I would donate some of them, but I don't have any. We understand. We appreciate it, but we don't expect it. Thank you, though. Your presence is what all we ask for, really. If you want to come in and talk and enjoy the live, we'll welcome you with open arms. Buggy said, yeah, I do. Thanks, Mac. Lotus says he didn't even get some lipstick and pretty dress so you could look good when you got FX'd. Randy said, Lotus, I know where that's from. Ha! 18 people, 72 thumbs up. Thank you. Michael Johnson said, I like beans. Michelle, no, it's Michael. Michael Johnson said, I like beans. Layla said, do you have channels? Do y'all have channels here? Yeah, pretty much everybody here has some channels. A couple don't, but most of them do. Boggy says it didn't even take you out to dinner, Randy, and got straight to the point, straight to it. Daryl said a lot of us have channels. Yeah, Daryl's got two, Metal Art Custom and Mormac. Lord, I done forgot the other ones. I was going to name the other one. He's got two, but Randy said, Boggy, he a liar too. I got played like a fiddle in the band. Carlos says, I'm having French toast with Chippo seasoning for breakfast. Florida says, I'm out. Thanks for the welcome and have a blessed new year. We'll see you around. Thank you, Florida, for stopping in. You be safe, and I appreciate it. Boggy said, I'm working on my sister's channel with her. Layla says, if you have channels, let me know, and I will subscribe to them. Randy said, see you, Floyd. Daryl says, and then charge you for it, R3. Mike said, what's best beans, pork and beans? Yeah, that's probably better than any of them. The Herman said, repeat poll, is it okay to wear an adult diaper even if you don't need one just to save time? No, it's not. Boggy says, damn, I don't know, a tree could be a player. Randy said, yep, a few $100,000 later. Lotus says, I have a channel. 18 people, 73 thumbs up. Daryl said, few. How much was that helicopter ride, Randy? Randy said, just shy of 3. Vic said, geez, you're still talking? You're still typing? Daryl said, wow. Randy said, $27,000 alone for the helicopter ride. Buggy said, keep Christoph Campbell says, oh, hell. 18 people, 73 thumbs up. I mean, hey, my name is Kiki. Don't forget. Oh, I forgot. Kiki. Randy can't stand it when I say that. Kiki, I love you. 14 people, 73 thumbs up. Buggy says, talking. Vic says, nah, I cleared my dining room and came back. Lotus said, Cleet would have given you a helicopter ride for cheaper. It would have been a lot better, too, I believe. Vic said, that's all good. I'd listen to those NC pipes to go to sleep. Ha ha. Randy said that would have been cooler. Yes. Boggy said, you know what's strange? What's that, Boggy? Layla says, I like helicopters. That was Randy's first helicopter ride, and he didn't enjoy it too much. Don't remember much about it. Layla, if you don't know, Randy cut a tree. He cut a tree and it fell on him, and he was in a wheelchair for right at 4 months. It is on the channel. If you want to go look on the channel and watch it, it's the short version is your life can change in 7 seconds. So if you got time, go check it out. And the long version is near-death experience with little Randy, and that's where it from start to stop. That's what happened to him on 9/5 of 2005. Lotus said, your face. Lotus said, ha ha ha. Boggy says, no matter how hard I think, I can't remember the kid's face. Daryl said, Garrett has a couple of hellos now. Yep. Lotus is laughing. Vic says, all right, Randy, have a good night. Everyone be safe. Thank you, Vic, for stopping in. Appreciate it. You have a good night. Randy said, see you, Vic. Daryl said, later, Vic. I like the butts, and my favorite helicopter is the CH-53. Hello, likes. I'm getting a few people in here. 16 people, 73 thumbs up. The likes ought to be going up for me. D. Herman said, survey, what time of day do you normally poop? I'm a morning pooper. I'm whenever it hits. Daryl said, and subscribe. Yes, like and subscribe, please. Randy said 9/5/2005 Lowell. Not. Oh, did I say 2005? I'm sorry, 25. I'm sorry. Boggy says, Lotus, y'all didn't have to hit me with that. Lotus says, why you do that the day before my birthday? Lotus said, laughing. Daryl says, you getting tired, Randy? Yeah, I believe so. I believe I'm going to call it here in about 4 minutes. I wanted to see how good it would do. Be honest with you, I'd like to. I got 4 more minutes. If I could squeeze out 75, that'd be awesome. Randy said, happy birthday. Lotus says, are you feeling better? Daryl said, my youngest turned 22 the day the tree hit Randy. Oh, I didn't know that. You probably told me, but I don't remember it. Lotus said, 9/6 is my birthday. D. Herman said, age survey, I'm 56. I'm 56. Randy said, dang, Daryl. Daryl says, make it 76. All right. I'll go till I hit 76. How's that? Lotus said, I was bummed on my birthday. I might have to pull out the whole thing. Lotus don't like me to say if I want more people. Which I imagine everybody in here right now has already hit the like button for me. They're very nice people. It's got to be somebody from the outside coming in. Y'all call a friend. Lotus said, just do it. If I thought it'd help, I would. Just say it. Just say it. Lotus said, do it, do it, do it. Do it now. No. Bruno said, it is going to dominate the world. They are if you ain't careful. Bruno, hit that like button for me, please. Boggy says, I remember her face when she was tiny, but when I talked to her 2 years ago, I don't remember what she looked like. I don't know why, though. 13 people in here, 75 thumbs up. There we go. There's the one. Bruno, if you did that, I do appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. I hope you come back. We do this every day at 6 p.m., 6 to 8. Normally, Daryl Metal Art Custom has a premiere, and we normally get off at 8 o'clock. Let's see. Daryl said, who took the like back? Well, right now, there ain't nobody unless it moves back. Bruno said, unique and fire solution. Haha. Oh, they did. Somebody took it back. That Daryl said just hit 76. Well, it just went back to 74, so maybe two more hit me in just a minute. Randy says back to 74. I'm showing 74. I never got 76, but maybe it'll come back in a minute. Lovely said you're welcome. LOL. There's 75. Daryl said it went up, then went back down. Well, it's back up to 75. Boggy says, wait, never mind. Daryl said 75. One more. Come on now. 76. 42. Anybody out there can call a friend and get me one more. Lotus. Lotus is messing with us. He's taking it back. Boggy said, I like playing the matching game in my head. The gentleman said, I suggest I call in segment. Randy said, I call a friend. She's typing. Damn, there went another one. It's down to 73. I should have stopped when I was ahead. Dale said, where's Maddie? Dale said, Justin, he come in there earlier, so I would say he hit, but I won't say it. Randy said, she's at her parents' for a graduation party. Daryl said, Carmen. Olivia said, there you go. Hello, Olivia. Madison said, I like with both of mine per Randy's request. Olivia said, like. Well, it's stuck on 73 right now. Daryl said, Olivia. Olivia said, hey, there she is. Olivia said, bye. Daryl said, 72. Yeah, it's going the wrong way. Randy said, going down faster than going up. I know, there it went, 72. Olivia said, I'm not going anywhere. I feel the love. I cannot believe it is going down versus up. YouTube's messing with me. Lotus probably made a group text with a bunch of people and told them to take their like back. Let's mess with the old man. Let's see. Boggy said, who the freak are you? Lotus said, you say you would leave. Well, Lovely says, and me, LOL. Daryl said, they want you to stay live, Randy. I know, right? Boggy said, that's not Olivia. Oh, really? Who was it? That is not Olivia. Yeah, it is. There's her picture. Huh. Oh, well. Let's see. Bobby said, that's not Olivia. Lotus said, well, keep you on here all night. Dear Herman said, I was stationed in Germany when the Berlin Wall came down. Oh, that's cool. Lotus said, ban that. Bobby said, look at her name. Yeah, that's what I was, somebody's doing that again. Randy said, no, it's not. It's not. I apologize. I went and looked. I'm not subscribed to them. Lotus said, Boggy would know Olivia is down the hall from him. Yeah, you're right. I'm bad. I'm sorry. Drake said, what's up, man? Hello, Drake. I was trying to get a few likes here. If you don't mind hitting the like button for me. Boggy said, I just know. Drake must have hit it, went back up to 73. Y'all gonna make me do this the hard way. Boggy said, she is my blood after all. That's right. Drake said, gotcha. I appreciate it, Drake. I really do. It was all the way up to 76 and started going backwards. Lovely said, and then they don't have a channel either like Olivia does because I am subscribed to her. Rusty said, hi, Randy. Hello, Rusty. Rusty hit the like button for me. There it is, back up to 74. Lotus said, well, evil blood. D. Herman said, you should let me call in and tell the story when I was investigated for mass murder. Oh, yeah, that'd be good. Drake said, y'all need to show him some love, bro, and give him some likes. There's 75. Daryl said, Rusty, hit the like button. I believe you did. Hey, Daryl said, Rusty. Rusty said, Lowell. Rusty said, you had your live too early, Mac. Daryl said, that'd be a good StreamYard. Yeah. Lotus says, if you give him likes, he will leave. That damn it, it went down to, he was at 75. Daryl said, I had two of them, Rusty. Drake said, Luke, Hebrew, what's the most money you got donated? I think we had somebody donate $50 one time. Daryl got a hell of a donation today. I noticed that. Lotus said, no more likes till midnight. I had to let it go for that. Rusty said, yo, Lotus. Drake says, what's the most money you ever got donated? Like I said, I think it was 50 for me. Lotus said, what's up, Rusty? Durham says, stay on, bro. We're here for you. The damn likes are going backwards. Y'all are messing with me. The other said, Rusty said, I missed both, watched one so far. Frigo Time said, hey, buddy, can we get a 360? All right, I'm fixing to call this. If it's going to go down like that, I'm not going to keep talking like that for it to go down. Daryl said, that blew my mind, too. Drake said, so what do I need you? So what if I do needed you? So what if I do needed you 70? Oh, I was going to get off a minute ago, and we said, well, I was going to make it 76, and everybody started backing it off. Oh, well, if you donated 70, what would I do? I don't know. Whatever. It'd be awesome. It'd be nice. I know that. Lovely said, prove it. Yeah, that'd be a good way to see. Lovely said, who would do that? 42 just donated $1.99. Hey, bro, I love your stream. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. 20 people in here, all the way back down to 71. I was up to 75, but Fergo said, fine, can we see your arch? What's my arch? Talina said, hi, sweetheart. Hello, Talina. Where's it? Talina? Yeah, Talina, right? I don't have my papers. All right, please don't tell me I did that wrong again. Yep, Talina, I got it right. Let's see. Lucy said, I called the community, bro. D. Herman said, if you announce you're staying on until midnight, your lights will explode. Yeah, but I don't like to lie to nobody, and I'll be honest with you, I got to go to the bathroom. Cool Cat said, intermission time, God bless our President Donald Trump, make America great again. All American patriots stand together and let's protect our community. That's cool, Cat. I appreciate it. I agree about our country. We don't do politics because we are all over the world in here. We don't do politics or religion. We all keep everything going, together and be happy. Drake said, what if I donated you $70? I'll tell you what, I do appreciate it. I don't expect it, but that would be awesome. Lotus said 80 likes. Burnout. Let's see. something. My Fortnite Quality Learning Center is the best daycare in Minnesota. Rusty said, for sure, cool cat. Daryl said, you had 76. I did. It went up. It went all the way back down. Rusty said, lol, Fortnite. Ally said, stop playing with me, homie. Lovely said, Lotus, that's a good idea. Rusty said, I wonder how I can hear properly. Lotus says, I do have some good ones. Lotus, Daryl's laughing. Rusty said, TMI, Randy, let's go. Boggy said, take care, Pop. See you, Boggy. I appreciate you stopping in. Daryl said, boop, air. Cool Cat said, the Herman said, take us to the bathroom with you. Just don't show it. Nah, that's good. Rusty said, live is policy. Yep. Metals is showing all of my pictures. Kevin said, damn, brother, you still on here? Yeah, I was trying to get 76. But everybody started taking them back, so I wouldn't leave. Lucy said, SpongeBob. Lucy, give me a like, please. Boggy says, you need to jump off, Pops. You're way over and past bedtime. You're exactly right, Boggy. Lotus said, good night. I'll see you, Lotus. Super Chief looking nice and bald today, brother. Thank you. Hit the like button for me. Daryl says, have a good night, y'all. See you, Daryl. Lotus said, go pee. We'll wait. Lucy said, I liked it and I subbed. There it is. That's 76. I just showed 76. Since everybody's taking, if everybody had to take them back, I'd probably be around 80, 85 right now. But anyway, I am going to jump off here. I'm already 40 minutes over. So y'all have a good day, good night. And thank all of y'all for the likes. And for y'all that took them back, I appreciate y'all wanting me to stay on here. But y'all have a good day, good night whenever you're watching this. And remember, keep it silly. Thank y'all. D. Herman said quitter.